Howdy YouTube, and welcome to episode 11 of my LH Torana garage restoration project. So in this video we're going to be just picking up from where we left off in the previous vid. So for the first 6 or 7 minutes it's just going to be watching what I'm doing without the narration, because I'm actually wearing a respirator when I'm doing this kind of work, so it makes it sort of a little bit harder for me to talk you guys through on the fly. But you know, if it does get a bit boring and you do prefer the parts where I'm talking you through it, just be sure to go and skip up to the 7-minute mark, and from there on I will be talking you through the job.
Turn around, I feel the breeze over me. You watch your dreams unfold. Let it come around and let it breathe over me. It's time to go into the light. I feel the calming energy. I see the darkness coming, and I'm calling you to help me set me free. I'm calling for you. I'm calling for you. I'm calling for you. Lie all the faith of the world in your plans, guarding your faith with the palm of your hands. I know, yeah, I know. It's the unknown, the unknown. It's time to go into the light. I feel the calming energy. I see the darkness coming, and I'm calling you to help me
So this is one of the doors that's replacing the door that I had on my car because it was in terrible condition. I picked this one up for $450 and I was actually quite lucky with this one. All the fittings were already in this door, so I've got a full door's worth of spares, so right hand front. So the glass, I'll put that aside, you know, I'll pick the best out of the two. So as far as I can tell, this is pretty much like the worst of the rust in it. So for $450, I reckon I did pretty good on that one. There's another little hole here. That's probably not worthy of an entire patch, but what I'll do is clean the entire door up first. Rather than going and trying to do the patches first, I'll do the cleaning first, because then, you know, like there might be a little spot like, say, down here. That may turn out to be worse than I expected, and I may have to do a little patch there. This is going to be really easy to do. These kind of patches are quite simple to me. I just do it in two spots, right? So I'll do one patch and you cut it to that shape, and then you do another patch, cut it to that shape. I think I'll do the side patch, the curve patch first, and then, as I say, do another one with another slight angle on it. I mean, there might be some people out there that can do that all in one, and no doubt there is. Like, there's some very good people out there as far as fabrication goes, but I'm just after the raw strength that a weld gives me. A younger, dodgier me would have just like knocked that into a dent, treated it, and fiberglassed it, but I'm doing a bit better than that these days. So I did have a quick play around with that wire wheel, and it's actually doing quite well. On my original doors, so the rear doors that were off this car, they needed to be paint stripped, and I'm glad that these didn't. So this actually looks like original paint, but it's very thin. And the original paint that was on mine, it was acrylic, and it just starts moving, you know, like it melts as soon as you heat it up. It just starts melting on you, but it didn't seem to be doing it on this door here. I'm actually going to be, anyway, let's just start getting into it. Obviously get all the safety gear on. I've got some goggles here and earmuffs. They're the main two for this stage. Quite fast and effective. Damn, I just copped one hell of a bit of wire in the cheek. It's alright, I'm a strong one. But there you go, this is what I'm talking about. This is why I cleaned the panels up first, because there was a couple of little spots here. Again, they're not going to need a patch, but I'll just zap a bit of MIG wire back in there and clean it up. So no doubt there's going to be a couple of other little spots like that. And just for the sake of showing you, I mean, you'd be sitting there and watching this video for an hour if you sat down and watched the entire procedure, but the next thing I do is just work my way down. So what I find, big to small, you know, because the big's obviously going to be the fastest, so that'll rip off, and whatever you can't get with the bigger ones, you then move your way down to the slightly smaller ones until you get to the tiny little things, you know, that kind of thing. Until you finally get down to these really little ones. Stuff like that. And then I've even got, this is actually another very handy little thing. And a guy recommended to me that what you can do is you can sort of like shave it into a point. So that was originally like straight edges on it, but I got the angle grinder and you can sort of shave it into a point like that, and then that gets into a lot of those little corners really well. And the regulars of the channel will probably remember that I got a battery powered cordless Milwaukee polisher, and to get into that it just made more sense. Like, you needed the batteries because the polisher came as a skin only. And it made more sense actually financially to get the batteries and charger. I basically got these two drills for like $150, and I don't regret it for 1 second. These things are absolute beasts. And I'm glad that this thing is in the condition that it is, because it means that I've got a lot of use out of it. And boy, have I got a lot of use out of it. And as you can see here, you can just put these bits straight on. You got forward and reverse on them. So what'll happen is, as you can see here, like they start sort of bending over in one direction. And what you'll find is if you flick it into the reverse, it'll really start ripping the paint off again. So another little handy thing. Yeah, you can do a lot of work just with wire wheels. You can do, yeah, very effective. I find it a little bit more gentle than the sandblasting method. But hey, if you want to do sandblasting on your project, go for it. Yeah, I just make this shit up as I go, eh? So don't copy me. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, having fun, man. Monday evening, what is it, like 8 o'clock at night? Handy little wire wheel, this one. I was pretty lucky considering the state of the other doors. Yeah, I'm not going to get it into primer tonight. I'm going to do these patches up and then get some more rust converter on the rest of that door. So I'm going to finish stripping the rest of that door too, actually, this door too. I'll get this dripping down in there. So this is phosphoric acid. Pretty awesome stuff. I like it. It's handy to have in one of these. But what I've found is actually, as it dries, it converts the rust and it eats into it. But I've actually found, and this is an off-label thing that I just found myself, you can actually heat it up and it will sort of speed up that chemical reaction process. So what I have done before is just that's looking pretty good. You can see, like, even after all that filler, there's still these big low spots there. That's how bad this thing is. Probably not a great deal more than that I can do. And then I'll probably want... This is extreme. This is really ultra extreme. I love it. Have a look at that. No shortage of bog there. You're an animal, Gunny. I'd like to say a big thanks to everyone for watching, and if you'd like to support the channel further, you're more than welcome to go over and check out some of the merchandise we've got. My personal favourite is those spray suits, so they're a good quality Colad branded spray suit with the Gunman logo on it. There's also hats, drink coolers, hoodies, and t-shirts, so be sure to go over and check out the link in the description if you are interested.